My name is Lisa. I am 19 years old. I live in a small house with my father, my stepmother, and my stepsister, Ash. My life was not always like this. When I was a little girl, my life was warm and happy. My mother was kind and gentle. She sang to me at night and held my hand when I felt afraid. But one day, she got very sick. She went to the hospital and never came back. I was only 6 years old. I did not understand everything, but I knew my heart felt empty. After my mother passed away, my father changed. He was quiet and tired. He worked all day and did not smile much. I missed his laugh. I missed our small family. I missed everything. 2 years later, my father married again. My stepmother came into our house with her daughter, Ash. At first, I felt a little happy. I thought maybe I would have a new family. I thought maybe my stepmother would love me like my real mother did. I thought Ash would be like a sister to me, but I was wrong. From the first day, I felt something was not right. My stepmother smiled at my father, but she did not smile at me. Her eyes were cold when she looked at me. She spoke kindly to Ash, but her voice was sharp when she spoke to me. "Lisa, clean your room," she said on the first morning. "Yes," I answered softly. "And after that, wash the dishes. Ash is tired." I looked at Ash. She was sitting on the sofa playing with her phone. She did not look tired. She did not even look at me. That was the beginning. As time passed, things became harder for me. Every day I woke up early. I cleaned the house, swept the floor, and washed the dishes. Then I cooked breakfast for everyone. After that, I went to the market to buy food. I carried heavy bags back home. My hands hurt, but I kept walking. Ash never helped. She woke up late, ate the food I made, and went back to her room. She spent hours talking to her friends, watching videos, and shopping online. Sometimes she laughed loudly while I worked in this kitchen. Her life was easy. My life was not. My stepmother always gave Ash the best things. New dresses, shiny shoes, pretty bags. When Ash asked for something, she got it quickly. "Mom, I want this dress," Ash said one day, showing her phone. "Of course, my dear," my stepmother said with a big smile. I stood nearby holding a basket of clothes. I looked at my own dress. It was old and faded. The color was almost gone. I wanted to ask for a new one, but I was afraid. One evening, I finally spoke. "Mother," I said quietly, "can I have a new dress? Mine is very old." She looked at me and laughed. "A new dress for you," she said. "Why do you need it? You stay at home, no one sees you." Her words hurt my heart. I looked down and said nothing. My father was sitting at the table, but he did not say anything. He looked tired. Maybe he did not see what was happening. Maybe he did not understand. I did not know. Sometimes I felt invisible, like I was not part of the family, like I was just a worker in the house. But I did not complain. I told myself to be strong. I told myself to be patient. At night, when everyone was asleep, I sat by the window and looked at the sky. I thought about my mother. I missed her so much. "Mom, are you watching me?" I whispered. "I'm trying my best." Tears fell down my face, but I wiped them away quickly. I did not want anyone to see me cry. Even with all the hard work, I still wanted to study. I liked learning. I liked reading books. It made me feel free even for a short time. After I finished my chores, I opened my old books and studied quietly. Sometimes I was very tired and my eyes closed slowly, but I forced myself to stay awake. "I can have a better life," I told myself. "I just need to keep going." One day, something new happened. My stepmother called Ash into the living room. "Ash, you are growing up now," she said. "You must think about your future." Ash smiled. "What do you mean, Mom?" "There is a school fair next week." My stepmother said, "Many young people will be there, good boys from good families. You should go and meet them." Ash's eyes became bright. "Really? That sounds fun." "Yes," my stepmother said. "You will wear your best dress. Everyone will notice you." I was standing near the door, listening quietly. My heart moved a little. A fair. I had never been to one before. My father walked into the room at that moment. "A fair?" he asked. "That sounds nice." Then he looked at me. "Lisa, you can go too," he said. "You should have some fun." I felt surprised. "Me?" I asked softly. "Yes," he said. "You work very hard. You deserve a break." For a moment, I felt happy. Maybe I could go out. Maybe I could see something new. Maybe just for one day, I could feel like a normal girl. I took a deep breath and spoke. "Can I wear a new dress?" I asked my stepmother. "My old one is very small now." She looked at me with cold eyes again. "No," she said quickly. "You have clothes, wear them." But I started to speak. "No more words," she said. "Ash needs the new things, not you." My happiness disappeared. It felt like a small light in my heart went out. That night I sat on my bed and held my old dress in my hands. It was thin and faded. I knew people would not notice me, but still I wanted to go. "I will go," I whispered to myself, "even if I look simple." I looked at the mirror. My face was tired, but my eyes were still bright. "Maybe something good will happen," I said quietly. I did not know it yet, but that day would change my life, and everything would begin at the fair. The day of the school fair came quickly. In the morning, I woke up earlier than usual. My heart felt nervous, but also a little excited. I finished all my chores before noon. I cleaned the floor, washed the dishes, and prepared lunch. My hands moved fast because I did not want to be late. In the afternoon, Ash started to get ready. She stood in front of the mirror for a long time. She wore a beautiful pink dress with soft fabric. It looked expensive. She also wore a shiny necklace and small earrings. Her hair was perfect, and she smiled at herself. "Mom, do I look pretty?" Ash asked. "You look amazing," my stepmother said with pride. "Every boy will look at you." I stood quietly near the door. Then I went to my room. I looked at my dress again. It was old and a little too short. The color was pale, and there were small marks on it that I could not wash away. I slowly put it on. I tried to fix my hair and clean my shoes as much as I could. I looked in the mirror. I did not look special, but I looked clean. "That is enough," I said softly to myself. When we left the house, Ash walked in front. My stepmother stayed close to her, smiling and talking. I walked behind them, holding my hands together. No one talked to me. When we arrived at the fair, I felt surprised. There were many people, bright lights, music, and colorful decorations. People were laughing and talking. I had never seen something like this before. It felt like a different world. Ash quickly walked into the crowd. Many people looked at her. Some girls smiled and some boys watched her as she passed by. My stepmother looked very happy. "Stay close," she told Ash. I followed them quietly. I felt small in that big place. I looked down at my dress and felt shy. No one will notice me, I thought. I moved slowly and looked around. I saw games, food stands, and groups of friends laughing together. For a moment, I wished I had a friend with me. Then something unexpected happened. I was walking near a small flower stand when I bumped into someone. "Oh, I'm sorry," I said quickly, looking down. "It's okay," a gentle voice said. I looked up. In front of me was a young man. He had kind eyes and a warm smile. He did not look at me like others did. He looked at me like I was important. "What is your name?" he asked softly. I felt surprised. No one had asked me that before at the fair. "My name is Lisa," I answered quietly. "Lisa," he repeated with a smile. "That's a beautiful name." I felt my face become warm. "I'm Daniel," he said. "Nice to meet you." I nodded. "Nice to meet you, too." He looked at me for a moment and then said, "I saw you helping an old woman near the gate. You carried her bag, right?" I blinked. "Yes, it was heavy, so I helped her." "That was very kind of you," he said. "Not many people stop to help." His words touched my heart. No one had ever said something like that to me before. Before I could say anything more, I heard a voice behind me. "Lisa, where are you?" Ash called loudly. She walked toward me quickly. When she saw Daniel, her face changed. "We need to go," she said, holding my arm tightly. "But I tried to speak now," she said again, pulling me away. I looked back at Daniel. He was still smiling. See you again, Lisa, he said gently. I did not answer, but I felt something warm in my heart. Ash walked faster, her hand still holding my arm. Why were you talking to him? She asked in a low, angry voice. He just said hello, I replied. You should not talk to people like that, she said. He was looking at me, not you. I stayed quiet. I did not want to argue. When we returned home, my stepmother looked at Ash. Did you meet anyone? She asked. Ash crossed her arms. No, it was boring. Then she looked at me. What about you? My stepmother asked. I shook my head. Nothing special. I did not tell them about Daniel. I wanted to keep that small moment in my heart, but Ash watched me closely. I could feel her eyes on me. The next few days felt strange. Ash was quiet, but I could see something in her face. She was thinking about something. My stepmother also looked at me differently, like she was planning something. One evening, my stepmother called both of us. Ash, Lisa, come here, she said. We stood in front of her. There will be another fair next week, she said. We will go again. Ash smiled. Yes, Mom. Then my stepmother looked at me. This time we will try something different, she said slowly. I felt nervous. What do you mean? She smiled, but it did not feel warm. Ash, you will wear Lisa's old dress, she said. Ash's smile disappeared. What? Why? And Lisa, she continued, you will wear Ash's beautiful dress. I was shocked. Me? Yes, she said. Just do as I say. I did not understand. Why would she do that? What was her plan? Ash looked angry, but she did not say no. That night I could not sleep well. I kept thinking about her words. Why does she want me to wear the beautiful dress? I thought. I felt something was not right, but I had no choice. The next week came quickly again. When I wore Ash's dress, I could not believe it. It was soft and fit me perfectly. I looked in the mirror and did not recognize myself. Is that really me? I whispered. For the first time in a long time, I felt beautiful, but deep inside, I also felt afraid. What will happen at the fair? I thought. I took a deep breath. That day would change everything again. When we arrived at the fair again, my heart was beating fast. Everything looked the same as before. Bright lights, happy voices, music in the air. But this time I felt different. People looked at me as I walked in. Some smiled, some whispered to each other. Who is she? I heard someone say. She looks so pretty, another voice said. I felt shy. I was not used to this. I held my hands together and walked slowly. The dress felt soft and the necklace shined under the lights. For the first time, people noticed me. Ash walked beside me wearing my old dress. Her face was not happy. She looked angry and quiet. My stepmother stayed close to her, but I could see she was also watching me carefully. Stay near us, she said, but her voice was not kind. I nodded, but soon people came to talk to me. Hello, a girl said with a smile. Are you new here? Yes, I answered softly. You look very nice, she said. Thank you, I replied. More people looked at me. I felt nervous, but also a little happy. I did not feel invisible anymore. Then I saw him, Daniel. He was standing near the same flower stand. When he saw me, his eyes became bright. He walked toward me with a warm smile. Lisa, he said, you came. I smiled a little. Yes, you look amazing, he said, but you looked kind too. His words made my heart feel soft. He was not only looking at my dress, he remembered me. Thank you, I said quietly. We started to walk together. We talked about small things, school, books, daily life. He listened carefully when I spoke. He did not interrupt. He did not laugh at me. I felt comfortable with him. Can I ask you something? He said after a while. Yes, I answered. Can I visit your home someday? He asked. I want to meet your family. I felt surprised again. No one had ever asked that before. My home is very simple, I said. That's okay, he said. I don't care about that. Before I could answer, Ash came quickly and stood between us. We need to go, she said coldly. Daniel looked at her, then back at me. Will I see you again? He asked. I nodded slowly. Yes, he smiled. I will wait. As we walked away, I could feel Ash's anger. She did not speak, but her face was dark. When we got home, the house felt heavy. My stepmother sat in the living room. She looked at me in a strange way. So she said, people noticed you today. I stayed quiet. Interesting, she added. Ash sat down and crossed her arms. He talked to her again, she said. Not to me. My stepmother looked at Ash, then at me. Go to your room, Lisa, she said. I went without a word. My heart was full of mixed feelings, happiness, fear, and confusion. A few days later, my stepmother called me again. Lisa, she said, go to the park and collect some flowers. We need them for decoration. Now, I asked. Yes, now, she said. Hurry. I felt a little strange. The sky looked cloudy and the ground might be wet, but I did not say no. I will go, I said. I walked to the park alone. The air was cool and the grass was wet from the rain earlier. I carefully stepped forward looking for flowers. These should be enough, I said after some time, holding a small bunch. But as I turned to go back, my foot slipped on the wet grass. Ah, I cried. I fell hard on the ground. Pain shot through my leg. My leg, I whispered. I tried to stand, but I could not. The pain was too strong. Tears filled my eyes. There was no one near me. The park was quiet. I am alone, I thought, feeling scared. Then I remembered Daniel. With shaking hands, I took out my phone and called him. Hello. His voice came quickly. Daniel, I said, my voice weak. I fell. I can't walk. Where are you? He asked, his voice full of worry. At the park, I said. I'm coming, he said. Stay there. Don't move. I waited, holding my leg. The pain did not stop. After a short time, I saw him running toward me. Lisa, he called. I'm here, I said softly. He came close and knelt beside me. Are you okay? He asked. I think my leg is hurt, I said. He looked worried but gentle. Don't worry, he said. I will help you. Carefully, he lifted me in his arms. I was surprised, but I felt safe. It's okay, he said. You're not alone. He carried me all the way home. When we arrived, my stepmother opened the door. She looked shocked. What happened? She asked. She fell into the park. Daniel said she needs rest. My stepmother did not say much. She stepped aside and Daniel carried me inside. He helped me sit down and brought water. Later he went out and came back with medicine and food. You need to take care, he said kindly. For the next few days he visited me every day. Did you eat? He asked. Are you feeling better? He brought fruits, medicine, and sometimes small flowers. We talked a lot. We laughed. I forgot my pain when he was near. No one had ever cared for me like this before. My heart slowly changed. I felt warm inside. I felt happy when I saw him. I think I like him, I thought one night, smiling softly. At the same time, something else was changing. My father started to notice me more. One evening, he saw me trying to walk slowly. Lisa, he said, are you okay? I'm getting better, I said. He looked at me for a long moment. I did not see how hard you work before, he said quietly. I am sorry. My eyes filled with tears. I am proud of you, he added. You are strong and kind. I smiled for the first time in front of him in many days. Thank you, Father, I said, but not everyone was happy. Ash and my stepmother watched everything. They saw Daniel come every day. They saw my father talk to me. Their faces were cold. They did not say it, but I could feel it. They did not like this change, and I knew something more was coming. After my legs slowly got better, life in the house started to change. Not everything, but something inside me was different. I was not as afraid as before. I still worked every day, but now I had hope in my heart. Daniel still visited me often. Even when I could walk again, he came to see me. Let's take a short walk, he said one afternoon. We walked slowly near the house. The sun was warm and the air felt fresh. You are getting stronger, he said with a smile. Yes, I said, thanks to you. He shook his head. No, Lisa, you are strong because of yourself. His words stayed in my heart. At home, my father began to talk to me more. One evening, he called me to sit with him. Lisa, he said, tell me about your day. I felt surprised, but I sat down. I cleaned the house, went to the market, and studied a little, I said. He looked at me with soft eyes. You always work so hard, he said. I did not see it before. I am sorry. It's okay, I answered quietly. No, he said, it is not okay. I should have protected you. I felt tears in my eyes, but this time they were not only from sadness. I felt warmth. From that day, he started to help me in small ways. Sometimes he carried heavy bags, sometimes he told me to rest. But my stepmother and Ash did not like this. One night, I heard them talking in the next room. "This is not good," Ash said. "Everyone is looking at her now," my stepmother replied. "Don't worry, this will not last." "What about Daniel?" Ash asked. "He only talks to her." There was a short silence. "We will find a way," my stepmother said slowly. I felt a cold feeling in my chest. I knew they were planning something again, but this time I was not the same girl. I was not as weak as before. A few days later, my father said, "We will have a small family gathering this weekend." "A gathering?" I asked. "Yes," he said, "just a few people and you can invite Daniel." My heart jumped. "Really?" I asked. He smiled. "Yes, I would like to meet him properly." I felt happy and nervous at the same time. "I will invite him," I said. When I told Daniel, he smiled. "I would be happy to come," he said. The day of the gathering arrived. I woke up early and prepared everything carefully. I cleaned the house and helped with the food. I wore a simple but clean dress, not the fancy one, just my own. I want to be myself, I thought. Ash, as always, dressed beautifully. My stepmother stayed close to her, fixing her hair and clothes again and again. "Stand straight," she told Ash. "Smile more." I watched quietly. I did not feel jealous anymore, I just felt calm. When Daniel arrived, my heart beat fast. He walked in with a gentle smile. "Hello," he said politely. My father welcomed him. "Come in," he said. "Sit down." They started to talk. My father asked him questions about his life, his work, and his plans. Daniel answered honestly and calmly. I stood nearby listening, then my stepmother spoke. "Daniel," she said with a smile, "Ash is very talented. She can cook, sing, and take care of a home." Ash smiled sweetly. Daniel nodded politely, but then he looked at me. "I see," he said, "but I already know someone who is kind, strong, and caring." The room became quiet. He turned to me. "Lisa," he said softly, "I want to be with you. I like you for who you are, not your dress, not your look, but your heart." I felt my face become warm. My heart was full of emotion. "Daniel," I said, my voice shaking. My father smiled. "Lisa," he said, "you deserve this." I looked at him, and for the first time in many years, I felt truly loved by my father. Ash's face turned pale. My stepmother said nothing. They were quiet. From that day, everything became clear. Daniel and I spent more time together. We talked about our future, our dreams, and our plans. "I want a simple life," I told him, "a peaceful home." "That is what I want too," he said. Months passed and our love grew stronger. One evening, Daniel came to our house with flowers. "Lisa," he said, standing in front of me, "will you marry me?" My heart stopped for a moment. "Yes," I said with a smile and tears in my eyes. "Yes, I will." We had a small wedding. It was simple but beautiful. My father was there smiling with pride. He held my hand and said, "Be happy, my daughter." "I will," I said. Ash and my stepmother were there too, but they were quiet. I did not feel anger toward them anymore. I just felt free. After the wedding, I moved to a new home with Daniel. It was not big, but it was warm and full of love. Now my life is different. I wake up with a smile. I cook because I want to, not because I must. I study, I learn, and I dream. Daniel always supports me. "You can do anything," he tells me. My father visits me sometimes. We talk, we laugh, and we are closer now. When I look back, I see my past clearly. It was not easy. It was full of pain and hard days, but I did not give up. I stayed kind, I stayed patient, I stayed strong. And now I am happy. I learned something important. Life is not always fair. Some people may treat you badly. Some days may feel dark. But if you keep going, if you believe in yourself, and if you stay kind, good things will come. True love will find you. And one day you will smile again.